This could be the Beastmaster, but it could also be Hercules. I'm just not sure. I'm Jackie.
The Italians. Great pasta, beautiful cars, weird fucking movies. I'm Justin.
Hey, baby, take that off. Oh, wait, put it back on. Put the mask back on. Oh, God. I'm Sam, and this is 1983's Conquest on Stinker Madness.
That's when she had made her conquest. He didn't like it, so he bought a car. There's a White Stripes song called Conquest, and I haven't listened to it in a long, long time, but that's kind of how it goes. I don't know. It's a pretty good jam. This is Stinker Madness. It's a podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are Jackie, Sam. This week on the show, currently streaming on Amazon Prime with limited commercial interruptions. Conquest, directed by one Lucio Fulci. No, the other guy. Fulci. And starring nobody I know, but I'm sure Sam will tell us all about it. First, let's go to Jackie. On the nudity scale, do I give this... We only get 5 stars. Do I give this a 5 or is it a 4? Where are we at on how gratuitous the nudity was?
I mean, 4?
Okay, 4.
I would only give it a 3 because it's just the same
no,
lady's boobs over and over and over again.
When you have one person who never wears a top ever throughout the entire movie, you are at least at a 4. Period. That is gratuitous.
But at the same time, in terms of gratuity, you'd just be like, hey, sweet knockers. Oh my God, she's getting ripped in half the time.
Yeah.
So there isn't
like... gratuitous. It's gratuitous nudity. It's pretty full of gratuitous. I don't know. I think it's gratuitous.
Okay.
So, all right. Jackie says 4. I'll go 4. I think it's a 4. There could have been more. It's not quite Malibu Express, but, I think that's the only time we've hit the 5 dingers Malibu Express. Maybe a couple of
without
others.
watching
Maybe
something that's... Oh, what about Emmanuel?
We haven't done Emmanuel, dude. Why would we do Emmanuel?
Not Emmanuel, Gwendolyn in the Land of the
Gwendolyn and the
or whatever.
Yeah, the Yik Yaks and the...
It does take it a while for them to decide to
Tatas.
get naked, maybe, but then once they do, they're like, fuck clothes.
Yeah. And then that Phantom Empire from Wynorski. Those are pretty chock full.
Yeah.
Any Wynorski movie. Anyways, Sam, please tell us about Conquest, starting now.
Well, it's odd that we've never done a Lucio Fulci movie yet. And you would have thought that we would have either done Zombie, which is mostly known as Zombie 2.
Yeah, I'm good on Zombie.
Or From the Beyond, because those are the ones, maybe even Black Cat before this, but we didn't. Because this movie's fucking crazy, and I just have always wanted... This hasn't been streaming for a long time, or maybe ever until just recently. Like, it didn't get re-released on Blu-ray until like 10 years ago or something. I couldn't figure out which exact version this was with the minute count. I'm guessing this is the UK theatric version. It's not the version that's on the Blu-ray, which is 4 minutes longer than this, but I didn't remember seeing anything that maybe people were torn in half for a few frames longer or something that I didn't necessarily miss, but I didn't notice anything that I was like, hey, they took out that spot. But he's more known for those, and we haven't done any of his movies. The deal with Zombie 2 being, why is it called that, is that it's actually was made to be a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, which isn't even a 2. It should be a 3.
Right.
Which is why I think usually the packaging just says Zombie on it. And then there's Zombie 3, which is actually 2, but that one just gets Zombie 3 no matter what.
You know, the Romero canon on zombies it's a whole, like, DCU mess of, he needs to get in there and do that New 52 stuff. He needs to get in there and, like, retcon his whole zombie stuff to make it more DC-like.
Didn't he die?
He could retcon that, too. That would be a good. I'd start there. I'd start with retconning his death, and then
Being dead.
Yeah, being dead. That would be a good retcon, and then go back and New 52 yourself. Give yourself superpowers, like good at knots. Good, really good at knots. That's my super. That would retcon me right there. Bam. TM.
I can't
not man.
tie
Not
knots
man.
well, but I can I can untie about any knot.
Okay. All right.
I'm really good at untying knots.
Usually just cut them, but
so this movie was on one of his lulls. He'd sort of kind of made a comeback with the gory stuff because he's done. There's a lot of movies that he's directed, and he signed a 2-picture deal with this guy. They did this in Sardinia, and then the post-production process became the point where they told the guy to go fuck himself. There was even a court injunction, and the judge said that he doesn't have to work for you. Even if you guys signed a contract, you're such a douche. I'm not. You fuck off, you guy. If this was a contract, you've fucked it up 17 times before he walked out of it.
I hope Musk gets that judge.
So he never ended up making another movie for that guy. Okay. Eventually, later in his career, because his life is tragic, his wife committed suicide in 1969. And his daughter, probably around this time or before, was in a car accident, and she's a paraplegic.
Okay.
So he's broke, and Dario Argento approaches him to do a comeback. And so they make a script for Wax Face or something. What the hell is the name of it? It's Wax Mask. Wax Face. Wax Face. Watch out. Here he comes. Wax Mask. And
sticky.
They're like immediately Argento's like, well, this isn't going to be a gory porn fest. And he's like, no. And then Fulci gets sick, and then some other shit happens, and then they go to shoot it, but he's too sick, and then they're like, well, I'm going to do this instead, and then he dies. And then Argento's like, I'm going to, honor his name and direct this movie, but then he does a different one instead, and he has somebody else do it, and they pretty much rewrote the whole script. So
okay, that's not really a tribute
classic
there, Dario.
Argento.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, hold on, I'm going to go let my daughter take her clothes off in front of me again.
Yeah.
It's not weird.
Okay. I'm making up pictures.
But yeah, that's the sort of long and short of Lucio Fulci. I'm going to keep it condensed because I know we're going to do Zombie 2 or Black Cat.
No, I'm really good on Zombie.
The Beyond.
I'm really good.
Okay, so he won't be picking Zombie, but The Beyond or Black Cat's probably showing up on this program.
Cat in the Brain also looks like something I'd be down on.
Yeah.
Cat in the Brain. Oh shit, I got that cat brain thing. It's going around.
That might be just, I don't know if that's an alternate title. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So the guy that plays Ilian, is that his name?
Ilias.
Ilias.
Yeah.
He goes on to be a big-time studio well, he gets into distribution, and he's a big shot now.
Okay, that's good, because he stinks at acting. Good call.
It's difficult to tell when there's this level of voiceover and post-production.
I'm pretty sure he stinks at acting. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Because I saw this movie.
And then Sabrina Siani is in Throne of Fire and Ator, the gal that's wearing a mask that you wouldn't recognize because she's wearing a mask. So unless you stared at her naked body so much that you can draw her tits from memory, you wouldn't have known who that is. But she's done tons of stuff where it's not just a tits wearing some tits with a bowl on her head. But then we get to one Jorge Rivera. Jorge Rivera, do you guys not recognize him at all? He's in a lot of this shit.
He was the third bullfighter in the 60s to break a record.
No?
Okay. Ole?
I mean, I recognize him from other films that I've seen, but not following his career or anything.
No, Jackie. Nobody.
I recognize him from other things he's been in.
Such as?
Like The Fist Fighter, perhaps?
Okay.
Midnight Dolls?
Werewolf.
Erotica? You haven't seen Werewolf, and he directed that. He's not even in it.
Yeah, no.
Joe fucking
Estevez.
Estevez is in that shit.
I have seen Werewolf.
Nice grab at, nice grasping at straws. So he's a Mexican bodybuilder.
Okay.
But he's had a decorated career on those I didn't just name, because in mainstream movies, he was actually in The Hard Men with Charlton Heston and James Coburn, Rio Lobo with John Wayne and Jennifer O'Neill, and Soldier Blue with Candice Bergen and Donald Pleasance. So he's had quite the career.
All right. Good for him. And he's Mace, I'm assuming?
He's Mace, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But how could he have such a good career if he has no friends?
Right? He hates all men, but not animal. Right?
Because he's a chemical engineer.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that helps.
That does help.
He has what his degree is in, is chemical engineering. But instead he's like, screw it, I'm going to party and have muscles and bang chicks.
Yeah, take my
As
shirt
a
off.
superstar.
Okay,
in films like Conquest.
This is a cool lab you got here. Appreciate the science. You guys cool if I take my shirt off in here? And they're like, no, put on your lab coat. No, I'm out. This chemical, no, not for me. I'm going to go take my shirt off over there.
I'm going to see how silver nitrite reacts with my peck pop.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, ding, ding. Do the titty bounce right in front of it. Yeah. It reacts like everybody else. Loves it.
Do you remember watching this the first time? It was you. We watched this like when Roman got it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. You've seen it before, right?
I don't think so. I think this would have
shit. Am I the only person that's
brain.
seen this before? Okay, that's exciting, because what I'll say then is that I haven't seen it for 10 or 12 years. And the first time I saw it, I was like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
And if you wait a while, the second time you watch it, you'll be like, holy shit. Because about 5 minutes in, I'm like, holy shit, I forgot a lot about this movie. Wow.
I will go ahead and say, Sam, that I'm not going to say you've been on a streak of stinkers, but you haven't hit a home run in a long time until now. So
we shall see. I'm not holding my breath on a unanimous do because of its high goop factor.
Yeah, we'll see. It does get a little messy here and there, but probably not as messy as Wax Face. Wax Face got real messy.
Did it? I never saw Wax. I didn't even hear of Wax Face until this. I'm like, how have I not heard of Wax Face? And then I read the other circumstances. Oh, Wax Mask. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. God damn it, man.
Wax Face isn't real.
Okay, let's retcon all that. Gary, can you retcon that? We don't actually have a Gary, do we? Shit. God damn it, we're stuck with it, Sam. Fuck. We gotta get a Gary. Okay, I'm gonna retcon not having a Gary so that he can retcon you not getting your own jokes. Let's do this. Conquest. This starts out.
Was that the end of Sam's stuff?
He's looking at me like that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We'll retcon that part too. Starts with the ceremony by the shore, I think, because I can't really tell because it's all very blurry. It's just a big glob of blur.
So, is this like, they say it's so-and-so later, right? But you're like, is this Zeus? What the fuck is going on here?
This is so-and-so.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Zeus and that this was Hercules or...
Hercules didn't need armor. He wasn't a bitch.
Well, I don't know, but it was somebody. And
Titty jiggles through Greece.
He was like, well, you've decided to go down to earth and help these poor bastards. So good luck.
Now I will grant you, there is an air of Perseus here.
Yes.
With the golden armor and everything, Clash of the Titans, blah, 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 blah. That guy. But I didn't get that at all. I just thought that they were ghost people because they're see-through. And it's not like ever divulged to us that this is like a fantasy sequence that takes place in somebody's brain, or that they're like, hey, remember that time where I got power armor? It's just out of soft focus, see-through people. So I think that they're ghost gods. I think.
I thought it was like, this is Mount Olympus.
Okay, I think that's a better theory than what I got.
Well, I can't tell. They come up with a name for him later, and it's sort of a majestic name, and it's not really a god name.
Stentor.
And then as he's talking about it, he's like, yeah, my dad's like, go on a fucking conquest or whatever, because we've got better technology.
Like leather.
But then in scene, I think it says something about like, even if you die, you'll come back here a better man or something.
No, that doesn't make sense, because he also says, do not be a coward. You must go out there and show honor and sacrifice. So...
Yeah, you've chosen this life of...
Stuff?
Of stuff.
Of stuff.
Yeah. Of helping out other people.
Does he say that?
And possibly dying.
I don't think he says that. He just says, go out. Don't be a pussy. Bye. Or a dick. Don't be a dick either. Well, okay,
Bye.
on the dick part, you kind of can.
What?
Yeah, here's some armor.
Don't
Now
be
get
a
out
dick.
of here.
Bye.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
So
fuck
he's
off.
like-
You're kind of a shithead, and maybe life will treat you so shitty that if you ever come back, you'll be less of a shithead.
And it's also like,
Yeah.
the reverb is so bad that I couldn't fucking catch half of what these guys were saying, because it's constant reverb. It's just, what are you fucking talking about? Okay, all right, you got leather armor now. Did we get pants? Did we get pants for Ilias? Okay, Ilias, we don't have pants for you. I'm sorry. So diaper. You just put your diaper on and walk around with no pants, but your chest is protected. Also, great gams, by the way. Did you know I'm a god and I'm complimenting you on your gams? Those are nice. Okay, bring in the bow. Give him the bow. He's not getting the no pants thing. Give him the bow. So he gives him a bow, and he's like, cool, Dad. I got a bow. You could take a willow and shape it and pull, and like, we've had these for hundreds of thousands of years, you ignorant fuck. What? Earth has only been around for 6 years, son. No, you're an asshole, Dad. This is a goddamn bow. Everybody's got these.
He's like, everybody here has these, but apparently everyone there doesn't.
No, the rest of Earth is stupid. They can't figure this fucking bow out. Like, my God, a fucking stick with a string. Well, why didn't we think of that? We actually did. You told me it was a shitty idea, and now we're stuck in the Stone Age still with these fucking beast people.
So why you were like, what the fuck is that? That takes forever. Just throw a rock.
Yeah, just throw a rock. I mean, goddamn. This is not hard. War is easy, Dad. Okay, so he's like, get on your boat and, like, be off with you. And they all disappear. Like, the camera doesn't cut. They fade into nothing, and then it freeze frames for the credits. And then awesome Italian shitty fantasy music kicks in.
It's what's his face? That's he's the front man for Goblin, of course. Claudio Simonetti.
Yeah, there you go.
That metal band Goblin.
Hard stuff right
Everybody's
there.
like, man, it's a metal band Goblin. You're like, they're not. I mean, they're kind of prog rock, but I don't know.
Metal's not.
It's not metal, but yeah, it's Claudio Simonetti that's doing the music.
All right, so we cut to some of the people of Earth. These tribal people, like, they have like Mosquito Coast face paint, Lord of the Flies shit on some of them, but the others are just like wearing fur and just chilling out like they're at the Gorge watching a fucking Dave Matthews concert.
They aren't. They're all weary and bummy.
They
like
are weary and bummy.
Bums.
But because they went to a Dave Matthews concert. That's what happened to me. Hey-o. But they're just like chilling in a field, looking up on the hill. Like, they don't have a point. Are they Earth's people? Are these the people?
Yes, this is exactly who Cool Keith was talking about, or when he was under the moniker Dr. Octagon.
And they're up there looking at fucking weirdos, man. Because up on this mountain, quote unquote, we've got Okron, who is our antagonist. She's nude with Tony Stark mask on. That's all she's got is the helmet part, not the red part, just the yellow part. And she's got beast people. She's got furmen.
I'm not going to save this because you eventually you get a better look at them. For the first part of it, you don't really get a good look at the beast men. Because you're like, are these bear men? Are they dog men?
Are they werewolves?
Are they wolf men? What did you, because I've seen this twice now and I'm certain what they are. What do you think they are, Jackie?
I think that they are wolves.
Okay. Just regular wolves?
Wolfmen.
Wolfmen. You think they're werewolves?
Well, no, not werewolves. They're like
bipedal wolves.
Domesticated wolves that have turned into men. And they have nice hair. And they can nibble on you if you're, an enemy.
Okay.
And they could jump.
They are big jumpers.
I've never seen a werewolf jump that high.
These guys are tramp fans. Trampolines. They're probably fans of Tramp too.
The werewolves in Underworld jump way higher.
Yeah. But they do that action where they are going to attack. These guys just fly over you. They're like acrobats.
Trampoline over the top of the camera.
Wow, look at you go. Now you're over there. Well done.
Yep. You will eventually get a good look at their faces, and they are most certainly terriers.
They are little terriers.
Little sky terriers.
They're little yappers. Good at the frisbee.
Two scenes that I didn't notice the first time around, they just sort of nibble at Ilias.
Yeah.
They don't bite him or do anything threatening. It's just like, meow, 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 doggy kiss. Like, why are you doing that? That's so weird. And why are you a terrier?
And Ilias is like, geez, Dad, thanks for the stupid bow that everybody's already got. You should have given me a goddamn frisbee. This all would have been solved. Just chuck that frisbee. And they're all just like, ah!
Bag of milk bones.
Yep. Drop it.
Come on, guys. It's good for your teeth.
Drop it. Give me the frisbee back. No, wolfmen. Terrier men. Drop it. Sit. Now sit. Sit. God damn it. Fucking terriers. Okay. So, and then she's got some guys that can't see shit. She's got some mask guys. They can't see shit. And she is pretending to raise the sun because all of the people down on the ground that came to see Dave Matthews and got this instead are flat earthers. They don't get it. They're like, she raises her hands and light emerges the same time every day. And then it goes down after she leaves. Like, it just keeps moving after she's gone. So, also those other things in the sky, she brings those out. Those come out at night when she's not here. We're fucking stupid. We're like, when we get on planes, do we not see the curvature of the earth, right?
And
when
then
ships go
one
over
guy's
the
like,
horizon.
Shut up. Just go with it or she'll put her shirt back on.
Oh, God. Well, we don't want that. And that's how Flat Earth Society came to be, was titties. There you go, Sam.
Titties.
You cracked the code.
Have you seen her face? Oh, shut up about her face. She's going to put her shirt back on if you don't shut the fuck up.
I don't really believe in this the flat Earth thing is stupid. Shut up, titties! It's the only way Kyrie Irving's down with it. He's too good at basketball. He can't be that stupid, right? Yeah. It's for titties. That's why
gravity is his business.
Yeah, and those titties, they don't respect gravity.
His secondary business is probably titties.
All right. Okay, so the Wolfmen, they round up the locals in a cave. Like, there's some if you go in a cave in this movie, it's not great. It's not great for you.
You just get fucked if you're in the cave, man.
Yeah. Don't go there. I think the only bad things happen in caves in this movie. We'll have to check to see if anything bad happens outside of a cave to people. But there's the townies, they're in there. They also don't wear tops. So they got, they're like, flat earth. Well, titties. And so they are running around with their cans out, but they've got like milky, like tribal paint over them. So they're kind of covered. And then... Very
Clan of the Cave Bear, which is honestly right around the same time as this, isn't it?
Not
no, it's a few years before.
Yeah, not Mosquito Coast, Clan of the Cave Bear. Yeah, you're right. And there's like this old guy, and he's like, I am Phil of Tribe Phil. You must exit the cave where nothing bad. God! And then he gets fucking bonked, and his fucking brains come out.
So he's like, don't take my daughter or this girl or whoever, take me instead. And the guy, the terrier man goes, no, we only like young meat. But then he fucking kills the shit out of him anyway.
Yeah, just bonks his,
this was the first major kill of the movie, and it was super disturbing. Like, this guy's head is just hanging out. And I realized very quickly that this is going to be a gore fest.
Mm-hmm. And then the funniest guy in politics comes in, and he like gets a chip. He's got Tostitos, and he's like, "Oh, hello, Clarice," and then dips into that guy's brains, and then someday I'll be a funny joke for the Republicans. Anybody get the Hannibal Lecter thing?
It's a reach.
It's not. Hey, if the fucking former guy can fucking do it every goddamn time he's on TV, I can do it one time. Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, whatever.
He'd love to have you for dinner. So dumb. Speaking of flat earth thing, so then this lady's like, no, my daughter. I think it's her daughter. His daughter.
At first, I thought they were going to rape this lady.
Right? No, that would have been
because they're pulling her legs open, and I'm like,
"Look, rape's never
this
good.
Is going to be weird.
It's not good ever, but
like dog rape."
Yeah, I mean,
and then they just pull her apart like a taco.
Fucking yeah, she just comes right apart.
Convincing visual effects for a movie that had to have no budget.
Yeah. No, the effects were good. She died. She was still alive for a little bit too long. I think as soon as you start coming apart, you go into shock and you're done. Like
either way, this is right when I remember. Oh shit, this movie's batshit crazy. I forgot.
Yeah, it's batshit crazy. So that's what they do. That's what these terrier guys do. They just go into caves and are like, "Hey, let's fuck some shit up while we're here," and then eat people. I guess they eat them.
Yeah.
The young ones.
Eat her, and then they cut off her head and bring it to the
Okron
Golden Dome lady, and she's like, blah 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 blah, whatever bullshit, blah 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 blah, and then she cracks open the lady's brain and drinks it like a brain smoothie because that woman obviously had a smooth brain. She was worshiping her.
Right.
But
Hannibal's like, no. Why didn't I think of brain smoothie? Damn it, Clarice.
Brain smoothie.
Fly. And then they get like tubes and they spit into each other's noses.
They're shooting berries in each other's noses for a high. That's all I can guess.
Where'd the berries come from? I just saw them just pass this fucking thing. They don't
they
reload.
Put stuff in there.
No, but they don't reload. Like the first guy might have. He shot some berries into the other guy's nose, but then that guy just grabs the pipe and he's just shooting spit. He doesn't pick up any berries. The second guy, number 2, that passes the baton, spit baton, he just spits in that other guy's nose.
No, they have a bowl.
They're not picking up new berries with each pass.
Yes, they are.
Whatever.
Yes, they are.
Either way, it leads... Okay, thanks for defending the movie, Jackie, and that vital plot point. Either way, I guess it, fucks her up pretty good, because then she gets horny dreams, where she's like, somebody tossed snakes at me, because that's sexy in the 80s, right?
It's not toss snakes at me. She gets a berry shot up her nose, and she starts fucking the shit out of 2 snakes.
Are they there, though? Are they there? I don't know. Because there is this all fucking dream sequence that she's so fucking high that the snakes don't even exist. Because then Ilias comes in and he doesn't have a face on, And she's like, yeah, still horny and stuff. Like, yeah, snakes get all over me. Whoa, that guy has a stick with the string on it. Whoa, these snakes are super hot. Whoa, rub, rub, rub. And then he shoots a fucking arrow, and she's still horny as it flying through the air and then hits her in the chest. Her chest explodes. And then cut.
And it remains unclear that this is a dream sequence until later in the movie.
The only
seen
thing
it
is,
twice.
He doesn't have a face. That's the only hint that she's fucked up on berries.
Yes.
Yes.
You know my favorite Billy Idol song? Ilias without a face, got no human race, bows without a... Okay. Retcon.
You think they had to
Retcon
get go to the doctor to get those pulled out of their nostrils?
the berries?
Got a pea stuck up there?
Yeah. My son had to go to the hospital because he put a Lego man's head up his nose one time so far.
That's what I'm saying.
Surgically pull it out. And then later he told us it wasn't actually my nose, it was my butt.
No.
Hey, man.
Because then you're like, that would have just came out, god damn it.
Yeah, you just would have pooped it out, you silly kid. It was up your nose. Good point, Sam. I totally bought into his bullshit. And you got me. You're a smart man. See right through these kids' lies. They're vile lies.
They're thinly veiled schemes to head to the proctologist.
Yeah, right.
Those kids are always doing that.
I tricked you. Okay. Meanwhile, there's a lady. She's all painted up in goop too. She's filling up some canteens by the river, and there's beast guys watching her.
Yeah.
Just in the bushes. They're not doing shit because they're like, hey, she's not in a cave. We can't touch her.
Yeah, but this is also kind of weird though, because she's putting water in this little bowl with her hand,
Right.
and then packing it like 10 feet back to the container.
The canteen.
Yeah, and I'm
She doesn't
like,
have a
what
bucket,
the
she's got a
fuck are
canteen.
you doing?
Yeah.
Just bring the canteen over to the river.
Yeah, it's a canteen.
Yeah.
It's not, and
There's
probably, if you're going to go all the way to the river, you should probably bring a bucket. Like, you're going to want water later, so just bring a bucket.
It's clear that these people haven't figured some things out yet.
Yeah. Well, I would bring a bucket, but, on account of being the earth being so flat, I'd trip. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I can't think like a flat earther, but I'm sure it has something to do with the earth being flat that you can't bring a bucket. So a snake, it's there. It's almost going to get her. And then, Ilias, he shoots it with the bow, right? He hits it in the head or does he grab it?
Yeah, he shoots it with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
He demonstrates no ability to use anything but the bow throughout the film.
Yeah, that's true.
He's never going to, did he do this or did he shoot it with the bow? The answer is he shot it with the bow or he got conked because he was out of arrows.
Right. Good point. And that's basically what happens. It's an ambush. All these Boston Terriers fly out of nowhere and start attacking. And he's magic arrowing guys. Or he's not magic arrowing. He's
not magicking arrowing guys
arrows
yet
in his
because
boot.
I've got some D&D business that's happening here on this Conquest. And he's only at level 4, so he doesn't have lightning arrow yet.
When do you get quiver?
Yep. I
don't
know. I would like to just say that I really thought that it was cool that he had the arrows in his boots.
No, that's stupid.
I thought it was
not cool for his ankle.
Not cool for his ankle. Also, you can put a shit ton more arrows in a fucking quiver than you can your boot, and you're not going to run out of fucking arrows like you did right here, you dumb bastard. Stupid son of a god, ghost, lake guy. Get a quiver. You can he's got 4 arrows. He's only got 4 arrows. With a quiver, you can put in 30. See how many Hawkeye's got? He's got a lot. Because he's got a quiver. That's why you have him. It just goes over
his
your
is
shoulder.
Iron Man'd out to where it holds 150 or something.
Right? Yeah. So, Ilias, you're... doofus.
I have a quiver, and I don't even have that many arrows, and I can hold all of them.
Yeah, right? But you can't
like
put them in your
20.
shoe. You can't put
And
those
I'm
arrows
like,
in your shoe, can you?
No, I would never do that. I would stab myself in the foot or the ankle. That would be awful.
Yeah.
Whereas I have 20 in my quiver, and I'm like, yeah, this is plenty for the Fort Boise archery range.
Yeah, you put them in your sneaker, and you're like, Nike, the god of victory, my ass. More like the god of foot stabbings.
And if you don't stab your foot, you just fuck up your shoe.
Right. Whatever, victory. Okay, so he's out of arrows. Oh, but then, good thing, fucking our other dude, who may be our actual dude, shows up, Mace.
Yes.
And he's got the world's shittiest nunchucks. He's got
They're
ham
bone
chucks.
chucks.
Bone chucks. Ham bone chucks.
Which then says that the nunchuck was before the bow and arrow in this version of history.
Right?
Why did you build those? Someday somebody's going to build a sword, and I'll be able to use this against that. What are you going to do with it now? I'm going to bonk the shit out of you for asking too many questions.
And then probably hit myself in the nuts with them, because let's be honest.
And then hit myself right in the nuts.
Yep. Yeah. Oh.
He does a lot of yah-yahs throughout the film.
He
actually
does.
goes, yah.
He's awesome. So he bonks all these guys with his nunchucks. And Jackie called them numchucks, just so everybody knows. So point at her and laugh, listeners. He's like, hey, sweet bow, dude. I don't know what that is, because you're the first to ever have one in history, but cool stuff, man.
I made some out of 2 hot dogs once and called them yum chucks.
Yum chucks. There we go. Sorry I jumped ahead, because that would have been hot shit right there. It would have been hot dogs.
Hot dog.
But hot shit, man. Yum chucks. I want to see you throw those around like, yeah. And we'll just watch hot dogs fly off into the, like, bounce off the sea. They came apart again. Just dick dog everywhere.
Just like the second swing, it just flies, cut to a person just eating the hot dog.
Yeah.
Domp.
And you still manage to hit yourself in the sack with it.
Yeah.
And that's the sound you make when you hit yourself in the sack. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yum chucks.
Sho Kasugi right now is going, Nope.
Nope. The man who had a lollipop in his Batman belt.
Yeah, right. Okay, so they find an eagle on the ground. They're like, hey, there's a bird over there. I guess I bonked it with my nunchucks because oopsie daisy. I don't know how that thing got hit in the head. Let's patch it up. Let's patch up his noggin. I love animals. Oh yeah? Do you like dudes like me? Like, bro, I mean, in the bro sense? No, I hate all men.
Yes.
I'm not friends with anyone. Except for this cave babe that I got on the side. You can bang her if you want, but we'll do that later when I take you to the cave. Okay. Stick a pin in that one. But I hate dudes, love animals. Yeah, that's pretty much me, Mace.
In the movie, the way that it works is they're about to start stalking and he takes a step and then you hear it. So it sounds like he steps in the bird.
Oh.
What happened to that bird? You just stepped on it. It's okay. I can patch him right up.
Yeah. I'll just blow on his head. There. Bird. Because that's what he does. All he does is blow on its head.
He rubs some dirt in it, and then he goes, fly free, bird friend.
And it does. It flies off to join its family, who are on strings.
Yeah. These birds are bad.
It's birdemic. It's fucking birdemic.
Oh, no. Birdemic is worse because it's like Birdemic's the computer version of this, which is differently and slightly more terrible.
I mean, but this is level 1 birdemic.
It's bad.
You can't see this movie without thinking about birdemic. You can't. It's impossible. Also, these guys walk incredibly slow, and every single thing that they do is on film. So it's just Birdemic, really. Okay, you think that like, I'm with Jackie. Like, right here, you're thinking, okay, all right, he hates dudes, loves animals. That falcon or hawk or eagle or whatever is going to end up on his finger, and he's going to launch it at Manx at some point, and Manx is going to fall into that fire pit that he threw that kid in. And then he's going to blow up way too big. But that doesn't happen at all. He's not Beastmaster. Mace is just...
Well, later on it will, because really what he's got here, because he's a few levels ahead of Ilian, so he's like level 8, so he just developed animal friendship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a bud, but I don't think he talks to animals. Not like Dar.
No, he just got animal friendship. You don't have to talk to him to be friends.
Yeah. Also, I eat them. So.
But only if they were killed by somebody else.
I mean, look, if I hand the rock to a guy and the rock throws it at the bird, I guess that's cool. I did not kill that bird.
Sure. But I did kill that guy.
I killed that guy for sure, though.
This is one of the funniest things. I laughed at it the first time and this time. There's some guy that just spent his whole day hunting for a boar, schlepping it back to his cave or his hill or his pile of dirt or whatever. And he's like, oh, and they just, boink, oh, fuck, I'm dead. And then they steal his shit and leave. They're douchebags.
They steal his fucking pig and they laugh about it. They bro down on stealing that guy's fucking pig after they killed him.
They murdered him and stole his dinner. And they have a high five moment. You're like, well, that's so dick.
It's super fucking dick. Like, the guy's like, oh, me, it's a hard living, supporting my family. I must go out and hunt and find food. Usually we eat squirrel. Today I found a pig, and my sickly daughter will finally taste boar meat. I'm going to make pork steaks, bacon, pork belly sandwiches, despite the fact that I haven't invented bread. But I'm assuming that it's still pork belly and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. She's going to be so hell.
Yep.
Oh, God, and it takes forever to die.
Forever. He got shot in the fucking heart, and he's just like, blood's coming out of his mouth, and he's like, ugh. And they're like...
Right. And then when they would go to recover the arrow, they pull it out, and then he's like, one last spit of blood. Like, take that, Ben Kingsley.
No, you died like 40 seconds ago, dude. Like, you didn't make... Like, okay.
And he's twitching a lot, too, which is weird.
Yeah. So I guess the Cape Lady, she's not dead. Or Okron. That's what my notes keep calling her, Naked Cape Lady. And she's like, one of her terriers comes in that got shot in the leg. And she's like, okay, so let me get this straight. There was a guy that came out of nowhere and he had nunchucks made out of ham bones. And that all checks out. But this other guy who had a future device... You say it was a shaft of wood with a coil of rope tied between it that he would shoot sticks at people. Amazing. I must have it. Go get the bow for me, mens.
I need this new...
Yeah.
She's treating it like it's the One Ring.
It is the fucking One Ring of this world. I must
it's like, I have to have this new weapon, otherwise we're all going to fall to it.
She's totally Skeletoring out. The sword of power must be mine.
She's kind of right.
It's a stick with a string tied.
Yeah.
You can just make one. Just make it.
It's harder than that by a little bit.
I mean, it's not real hard.
A lot.
Not a lot. Like reeds. Like, you get a willow branch. A switch. You get a switch. Not like the Nintendo, but like, what they call where you beat your kids with them. Not that I would do that or anything, but like, get the Switch, kid. So I can beat you with it. You pick your own. They're pretty basic. Like, I wonder what she'd do if she saw a sling. Like, would she fucking freak out if she saw some guy put a fucking rock in his jockstrap and swing it around his head?
Not, or like a normal arrow sling, because the arrow sling was before the bow. So if she saw a sling, she'd be like, that's old news. Fuck that shit.
That's so 435.
It's like when somebody has an N64 and they see a normal Nintendo, they're like, ew.
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 Ma'am, gross. Have you seen your... Okay. So where are we at? Get the bow. Meanwhile, Ilias and Mace, they're out killing the farmers.
No, they get lost in the cave and attacked by dudes, don't they?
Yeah.
They get lost in their own... Yeah. They're in the cave eating, and they fucking pal about in that cave long enough for the other alternative conquest made by the bullhead later, the buckethead, to come get their shit. Makes it to them before they get done fucking around in said cave.
Do you hear something outside? Let's go check it out. Hey, you know what? It looks all good out here. Let's go back and bro out some more in that cave. Like overeating other guy's stuff.
The terriers don't make it. There's just some random, as there is throughout this movie, just like random monster men that are in there, and then they get lost in their own cave.
No, they light the cave on fire.
A hole in
the
it.
Monster. No, these are her guys. They light the cave on fire somehow.
That's
Caves,
right.
Notorious cave fires. And they're like, whoa, we fell into a ravine. And then the beast guys, the terriers, start trying to get him. And he hits one with an arrow. And then they all just take a fucking nap. That's it. Like, end of story. They're just, your enemies are like right there. They're looking at you and you're looking at them. And you guys are all just going to chill out and camp out in a cave that's made of fire? I'm telling you, don't go in the cave. Don't go in the cave.
Nothing good happens outside of the caves.
It's better outside. Like,
only for them. For everybody else outside of the cave, it sucks because everybody else outside the cave is either some dude they kill and steal his food, some dude they just steal his food, or some chicks they bang, and then those chicks get killed.
Look, that guy died in like way too long. He got shot in the heart, right? But for that brief moment of victory, he had that pig. That was the best day of his life until he got shot in the heart by some randos. But if you're in a cave, it's like real bad. There's never the best day of your life in a cave. You go in a cave, you either get lit on fire, you get pulled in half, you get bonked in the head, and then you get like a guy eating potato chips in your brain. The caves are bad. I'd take my chances on the outside in the hopes that I might get a pig, and then, I get shot with an arrow. But hey, better than getting pulled in half or turning my skull into a fucking salsa dish.
What if it's raining?
Ooh, no, I don't go for rain. No.
No rain?
No rain.
Just gonna hang out in this cave.
Yeah, okay, good. Solid point, Sam. Touche.
So did anybody else notice, though, that it was either a cave or nothing? Because I didn't see a single tree in this movie.
No, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Earth.
You're right.
It's a shithole. Like, you hate PA movies, Jackie. This is a a very pre-apocalyptic movie. And it sucks. This is not a nice place that we live in.
Yeah, that's probably why they don't have bows, because they don't have any trees. How are they going to make it? There's no wood.
Yeah, but they always find like rando pieces of wood on the ground, though, to make fire.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no trees.
There's no trees. Our dudes, they find the snake, and it's like, hey, you guys got any food? And they scare it off with nunchucks, because snakes, notorious fears of nunchucks.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana Jones was like, God damn, why did it have to be snakes and not nunchucks? Marianne, if I'd brought my nunchucks, this wouldn't be a problem. That's very dangerous, unless you've got nunchucks.
Yep.
Swing them over your head,
well,
snakes
that's
flee.
Why? I mean, they're obviously snakes' number one nature enemy, and that's why you hit yourself in the junk with them all the time.
Right?
They just hone in to snakes.
Yep. That little thing. Hey, wait a minute. That's not a snake, but I'm going to not take any chances. Make sure I fucking whack that thing right in the Right on it. And they're like, okay, so that snake went through this little hole. Now let's jab our sticks into the cave wall, and we'll. You got a joke there, Jax?
I loved this part.
Okay.
I loved this part because at first he's just kind of like scraping the end of this stick
Right.
Against the stone, like he's gonna dig his way out, and then he's like, nope, fuck this. And he just starts hitting the wall as hard as he can. Like, the prop was supposed to, like, I thought he was going to use the stick, right, to, like, leverage the stone up and then push it out of the way.
Yeah, right.
But, no, he just starts kind of gently scraping, and then we got to get out of this scene. Start hitting it. And it makes this perfect hole in the middle of a rock. Because that is how rocks work. And I laughed so hard at this part.
Rock, paper, stick. That's the game I play.
And then they get outside and he like turns to him and goes, "Hey, you found the way out." Okay. That's finding the way out. All right.
Let's go steal another guy's dinner. Hey, speaking of, like, this guy makes it. He's like, oh, no, I got a sheep. I'm going to have some mutton tonight. Turns around and his sheep's gone. And he's like, at least I didn't get murdered.
Yeah, and they're like, run, like two high school kids.
Run, Gary.
And then they bring it to their party girls. So these guys are like, if they were a Magic the Gathering card, they'd be Plainsman party boys.
Deadly.
That's pretty much what they are.
Sala's like,
and then,
very dangerous.
So this kind of creeped me out, though, because the girl that Ulysses hooks up with, she looks like she's like 14.
Really?
I thought she looked really young, and it kind of creeped me out.
At all.
I don't think she was. She was most likely of age, I'm hoping. But she's covered in mud, so it's difficult to tell.
Yeah, she's a mud lady. But she's not wearing a top. And so they eat this mutton. You can't really say they eat this sheep. Why is sheep? What is the plural of sheep? It's sheep. What is the singular of sheep? It's sheep. It's a dumb name. It should be shoop. A singular should be shoop, and the plural should be sheep. Like, I'm gonna have some shoop tonight. It's shoop soup. I'm having shoop soup.
But how can we ignore the fact that he's like, this is my bang baby, my bang lady, right?
Right.
And
this is my wife.
If you want to bang
Jackie.
her too, go for it.
This is as close to what cave mud people have to marriage. That's his fucking wife.
Well, and I think there's some confusion there, though, because it's obvious that the other gal is his bang lady, and that the guy that Elias liked was the gal that Elias liked, and they were just like, hey, who's that? And he's like, that's my wife, goddammit. And they didn't go, the one there on the left or the one on the right, because they don't have right or left yet. So
Right.
Any confusion was solved harmlessly on its own.
So they eat the shoop, and the mud lady wakes up Ilias in the middle of the night, and she's like, come frolic with me in the caves. And he's like, these caves are not for frolicking, lady. We shouldn't even be in one. She's like, yeah, but I don't have a top on. He's like, boobies. So she lets him touch her boobies, and then she runs off into the caves. And then while he's still thinking about boobies and holding the air, like he's like got his eyes closed, and he's eyes. Like, oh, titties, air titties.
She reaches up and closes his eyes so that it's like a little game, and she's like, and makes him feel her boobies, and then she's gonna go hide behind a rock and be like, you gotta find the boobies. It's like Marco Polo with boobies. But instead she goes behind the rock, and a terrier man domes her and kills her, and she just goes, and blood spraying out of her head and all over her face. And then Ilias is like, where are you, my booby lady? And she's like, dying horribly. And he's like, can I open my eyes yet? Is it?
Are we still doing boobies?
Yeah. We're still playing Marco Boobies, right?
And so he gets bonked too, but not dead bonked. And Mace gets fucked up. I think he just like takes a stick to the stomach and like knocks all the wind out of him to unconsciousness and makes him barf blood and shit. And then he wakes up. The cave babes are all dead.
The the second cave babe, his cave babe, during the attack, it shows her and she just sort of rolls over like she's not even going to bother waking up. And he gets bonked out. And so I'm like, oh, maybe she'll be all right when he comes to. But no, she was just like, oh, I can't be bothered with this. I'm too tired. And then is murdered in her sleep.
No, she knows that she's in a cave. She's like, there's no point. I'm in a cave. I'm going to die. Why did I go in the cave? I should have. There's no point. I'm going to go out on my terms. They're not going to get me to scream. I should have screamed when I walked into this cave, but because that's when I died. So Ilias is gone. He's been taken away. And then we get Birdemic again. The birds are back. And
oh, God, I love the birds.
Yeah, the birds on their strings. They're like, fly over here, follow us. So Ilias gets carried at, like, here's my note. They're walking at Birdemic speeds. Like, they are carrying him on a spick and not moving fast. They are going half a mile an hour.
So either this guy is super heavy or the two dudes carrying him are super lazy.
No, the dudes that are not carrying him are moving at that speed too, Jackie. They are just not moving fast. They are moving at Birdemic speeds. So they tie him to a post and they say, we're going to take you to Okron. And he's like, who the fuck is Okron? Oh, wait, you don't know the plot of this movie?
Yeah.
And he's like, do you? And they're like, shit.
Yeah.
And
at this point, you're still kind of piecing it together as the viewer as well.
Ilias has no fucking idea. No idea who Okron is. What the fuck her deal is. He's never seen her. Nothing. Nothing at all. He's just walking around, murdering farmers, stealing pigs, and then beast people murder cave babes. That's what's happened up to this point.
But then when there's confusion as to, like, between him and the dog, the terrier man, he gets a little puppy kiss. This is puppy kiss number 1, I believe. It's just like, meow, meow, meow. It's weird.
Okay, so then they spend the night. Mace has been led to them by birds. He sneaks up. This is awesome. He unties Ilias, and then the only thing I can describe what he's got is a poop grenade. He found some animal shit covered in sand and then threw it in the fire, and it explodes.
Yeah, so meanwhile, in a land that doesn't have bow and arrows, they've already got explosives.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. And then insanity ensues. It might be the best part of this whole movie, even though the whole movie is the best part of this movie. This fight sequence is so fucking terrible and awesome. Like, it's so bad that at some point one of the beast guys gets bonked and his fucking mask comes off. The actor's mask comes off and they leave it. Like, they
just leave it in there.
It's terrible and awesome. Another guy, Mace, like, backhands a dude who's wearing a helmet. Not one of the beast people, like one of these just rando people. Backhands his helmet with his bare fist, and his helmet goes into the, like, cracks, and dude just starts bleeding from the top down. Not where the helmet's cracked at all. His head just came apart because he got backhanded so hard. It's awesome.
He calls the backhand the juicer.
Which is appropriate in this situation.
And, like, everything that Mace does in this sequence is completely nanners, and it's so fast, I couldn't write notes down fast enough. I only took away those two, the guy's mask coming off and the dude, the juicer. But the whole fucking sequence is totally nanners.
Yeah, there's a couple of parts where they're trying to restrain Mace, and they're just chewing on his leg. And he's, like, kind of fighting them, but mostly worried about different people, and just kind of looks down periodically like, stop chewing on my leg, damn it.
Well, and it was like they were going to get away scot-free. You know? We should probably mention this because he unties him, and all they have to do is sneak away.
Oh, that's it. Don't throw the grenade, dumbass.
And then, he throws that grenade and wakes everybody up like, ha ha! And now we fight.
Yes. Oh my god! And there's
and it
just
smells like shit in here.
poop grenades.
Smell that poop grenade.
There is so much ho ho in this sequence as well. Like Mace is just springing around going ho 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 ha ha. It's Errol Flynn, kiss my ass. Mace. Okay, so meanwhile, Okron, she's melting dudes down, like just hanging out in her cave. She's got a cave, and melting her guys down with acid or something. And she's like, "These guys are wankers. I pray to thee, Zora. Come, help me, Zora, and I will let you bang me. You can have me, Zora. Come."
And what's weird, though, is, and it's not weird because later it will somewhat explain itself. She's like, you think she's praying to Zora, this mystical being, but on screen, she's just like kind of masturbating and talking to this dog.
She's having another sexy death dream.
And then
with the snakes.
The dog
There's a dog.
is just like, hey, what's up? And then she's like, but please, Zora. And then the dog, like, turns into this S&M dude.
This other bullshit guy. I can't remember what this type of. I think it's not called plate. Scale. I think it's called scale armor.
Scale.
When you have sheets like that. So he's wearing bullshit scale armor, and he can't see shit. And yes, it is me, Zora, all powerful Zora. I will conduct your business for you and get the bow so that you can give me a blowjob, please. Is that on the is a blowjob, or is it just handies? Because
I think
I'll still do it for a handy, but blowjob
for the blowjob, and then she tries, but she just headbutts him in the groin because she's wearing a pot on her head.
Because she's a nunchuck.
Yeah. And then he's like, handies are cool too.
Handies, I guess handy it is. Okay. So Ilias, he wants to go after Okron now all of a sudden. And Mace is like, no, I'm not down with that, bro. You go do your thing.
And it's not really all of the sudden. It's like, oh, I finally realized that I'm out here I'm supposed to be brave and the defender of the weak. Before I was just being a party dude and stealing shit from people. This is what I was sent here to do by my white-haired guy.
Not really. So he's on team don't fucking kidnap me. He didn't give a shit about the cave babes. He didn't give a shit about like anybody else getting fucking ripped apart or anything. He's just mad that he got kidnapped. He's like, you came in, I was touching boobs, like full on second base. I was on second base doing a handstand on it, and you guys came in and fucking bonked me. You interrupted my second base. That's what I'm pissed about. He's just a fucking tool, man. He's Ilias, the doof.
He's got a rage boner.
Yeah. I made it to second base, guys. He's a total insult. So Mace is like, yeah, dude, I've been to second, third home. I'm good. Like those cave babes, they got filled up with a lot. So I don't really care about that, about the interruption. Those terriers were kind of doing me a favor, actually, because like there was something called a prenup. I don't totally know what that means, but you go ahead and get your rage boner vengeance on. I'm out. She lives over by the Great Mountains. Oh, the Great Mountains, which are great.
Are they the big ones over there?
Great. Yeah, they're okay. All right, see ya. So then Mace hears birds flying to water. Birds. Hold, Ilias. I hear birds. They're flying to water. That's a bad sign. Wait. Birds getting a drink of... They die if they... If they fly, they only fly to water. You idiot!
I don't know what you're talking about. I was walking with my daughter through the park, and I saw a bird get in the bird bath, and I shoved her and I said, "Get down now!"
The bird's out. Birds are going through the water.
The bird is wet.
I mean, we make bird baths, Mace. You fucking moron.
Yeah.
My God, the birds. They're flying from the north to the south to different water sources. Jesus. It's all going to hell. So then they get arrow attacked. Whatever the
This is
fuck
like
these things
porcupine
are.
quills.
Oh my God. Is this is this
He's got porcupine powers.
is this Okran's guy?
Yes.
Or is this just
Yeah,
some
this is
random
Zora.
This
This
is
is
Zora.
Zora? Okay.
And
That
he's
makes a
got
little bit more
magic
sense.
porcupine quill tossing.
And it makes pew 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 sounds too. Pew 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 pew
Yes.
pew 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 pew, and they're animated, and it is bullshit.
And they're the best kind of animated.
Mm-hmm.
When you're really cheaping out and you just make a copy, and instead of trying to draw over so that you make a third copy to do your animation frame by frame, you just take that second copy and you just scratch the arrows in.
Yeah. Yep.
Just scratched them in.
They're like, run away! But Ilias gets started in the leg. Oh no! He's like, I don't feel real great, and Mace is like, rub some dirt in it, you fucking baby. But I'll put you on this raft, and we'll get it. Wait, raft? Where did we get a raft? I don't know. Don't worry about that part.
They were making it beforehand.
Why were they making a raft? When
Because they have to
and
get
why?
over the mountain.
It's,
Yeah, to
Did
get
you
to Okra.
Did you see where they were rafting to and from? Just walk around.
How the fuck are you supposed to get over the mountain without a raft?
Right. It's not for mountains. It's for water, where the birds go. God damn it.
When there's danger.
So they get to the other side of the lake. And he's like, I need to go to the valley and get a magic plant for you. Like reefer.
Yeah, because he's got these
Pimples.
boils.
He's got boils.
Boils
Yeah.
that start showing up and just bursting and being gross.
He probably
Right.
got this from the cave girl.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
Yeah.
what happened, is
STI.
that this is not from the arrow, this is an STD.
Yeah, they're not D's anymore.
He's
They're
got
I's,
leprosy
Jackie. Catch up.
at this point.
No, leprosy is totally different. You get lesions from leprosy, not boils. This is malaria. Yeah, typhus. He's got typhus. Her name was fucking Mary. Cave Mary. Hi, I'm Cave Mary. Want to touch my tits? He's like, oh, boobies. Okay. So he's gone for way too fucking long. Ilias dies. His gut,
There's-
just too much goop coming out of him.
And I guess you don't get the movie made if you don't put a zombie in it if you're him, because there's swamp zombies for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They're bog wraiths. They're not zombies.
That's cool. I'll go with that. Bog wraiths.
Yeah, the subtitles call
yeah,
them
my
zombies,
favorite
but they're
was-
bog wraiths.
When they first get in the boat, he's like, I'm going to take you to this valley that has this plant that can save your life. We'll be there by sunset.
Mhm.
Then they get there, and he lays him down on the ground. He goes, I'll be back by sunrise
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and hope you're still alive.
we've
Yeah.
missed a fun fact about laying him down, because he doesn't just like lay him on the ground. He lays him in an anthill.
Yeah.
Because after the
Yes.
bog wraiths show up, it cuts back to Ilias, and he's covered in ants.
And Mace kills all these bog wraiths with a stick.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they're
just-
fucking slow and stupid.
They are slow and stupid, but what happened to your nunchucks, bro? Whatever. So Ilias, he wakes up to Mace, who's gonna kill him. Wait, Mace, what are you doing? God damn it, he's got a big rock, and he's about to bash his fucking brains in. But then now there's two Maces, and they fight. And one's got nunchucks, and the other one's got a stick. And I'm like, wait. We just saw him use a stick. Which one's Mace?
Maybe he left this like right before he leaves. He's like, "Oh shit, that's a lot of ants," and he tries to like jam up the hole with his bone chucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Yeah, it's not gonna work, but I'm just gonna leave it there like it is gonna work, so that he doesn't know that he's about to be covered in ants."
You're back on the ants.
And then when he comes back, and Zora has transformed into him with his second magical power.
Okay, yeah, Zora. It's Zora. Hey, everybody.
Zora has been like, well, I'll just use these nunchucks that are just sitting here in this ant pile.
Yeah.
And it's even more convincing.
Right.
And then Mace only has a fork stick that he has to fight him with. And this sets itself up in a way where it's like, well, Ilias is going to have to kind of roll over and throw something or help at some point, but he's not going to know who's. But it doesn't play out like that at all.
It does not. It does
They
not.
just fight each other until Mace wins.
Yeah, well, Mace pins Mace down to the ground with that stick, and then it's Zora, and he just disappears. He just
teleports out of there.
Yeah, like, okay. So
like, you've got too many powers to not just kill these dickheads, buddy.
Yeah, just teleport into their guts in your armor. Just teleport into them, explode them from the inside out. Idiot. God. Haven't you ever read Chris Claremont, X-Men? Dum-dum. So Ilias is like, yeah, I got pretty gross back there. It was not good. Ants, STI, typhus. I think I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
Mace is like, that's cool. That's cool, bro. It's that way, by the way. Can I have your bow? Yeah, I'm done with adventures. You can have my bow. Take it, bro. So he gets in his boat and he fucking sails off.
But he doesn't give him his bow because Mace is like, this weapon is too powerful for these lands. Just take it back with you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Mace wanders
around.
What
do you think about this grass boat?
Before they had like just a fucking
it was just a raft.
Bundle of sticks raft, like he had to push it. Now all of a sudden they've got an actual fucking canoe made of grass.
Made of grass.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, not something I would stake my life on. You know.
No.
Hey, I got a segue for you. During our vacation, which is why we were gone last week and didn't have an episode, we went on a goddamn World War II submarine.
That's cool.
Now that's a raft.
Is it really cramped in there?
Not as bad as you think. They could fit 24 guys in the dining area where we sat and enjoyed some conversation with our tour guide. 24 men. Yeah. Very slim men. You couldn't be a big guy. Like our kid... he tried to get into the front gunner sonar booth, and like he barely could do it. He had to be a little person, and then you had your shift was 4 hours. You couldn't sit down. You had to stand for fucking 4 hours and look at the sonar thing to tell the fucking torpedo man when to shoot. Just tough job being a submariner. But apparently one of the common misconceptions, the guy talked about movies all the time, and I fucked up. I had a super knowledgeable tour guide, and I should have asked him, hey, what's the most accurate submarine movie of all time? I would assume that he would say Das Boot. I don't know because I didn't ask him. But he said that most of Hollywood's bullshit because in World War II, 99.9% of the time, our subs were not underwater. They weren't... They were above water because it just fucking worked better. Like you'd schmev around up above the water until you'd shoot from up above the water. Then you'd sink if somebody was coming at you. Die.
Yes.
Yeah.
The modern submarine that can just hang out at the bottom of the ocean and wait for shit. Mm-hmm. That's way after World War II.
Way after World War II. And we won the oceanic wars with our subs because our subs had AC. That's how we won the fucking war, because it would get so hot down at the bottom of the ocean with all the men, there was no way to ventilate it because above his water, that it would get so fucking hot with all those bodies and all the electronics running at the same time that all of the electronics would start shorting out. So they had to stay above water all the goddamn time, where our guys could fucking turn on that AC and be like, oh, yeah, that's nice. Hey, why don't we put on some Glenn Miller and fucking kill some goddamn Nazis? And they did. And yeah.
But you know who's not putting on Glenn Miller? Zora.
Zora.
Because he's just basically like completely taken over Okron's life. But done little else. So he's like sitting in her chair and she's like, are you going to kill that guy yet? He's like, I am the king of this land. And she's like, there was a deal that you're not really holding up here. Sorry.
If you kill them, you can... All right, you can put it wherever you want. Hint, hint, Sora. The butt.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
No, he tries to cram it into the side of the wall of that bowl again, and it still doesn't work.
Yep. So Mace is out wandering around. He's got nothing. Mace has no plot now at this point, now that Ilias has gone away. And he gets netted. He doesn't have the fucking bow. So he doesn't have anything to do with anything, and he gets netted by beastmen. These
are like spider rockmen or something. They're like,
oh yeah, the spider frog. Yeah.
So we had the closed captions on, right? Because it was kind of hard to hear.
Right.
And it said zombie whistling.
Yeah, chirping. Chirping,
like
zombie chirping.
That's what zombies make, the sound.
Again, because he made Zombie 2 or whatever you want to call it, they associate this with, they're not zombies, they're like rock Spider-Men.
Yep, with frog eyes. They got frog eyes and frog mouths and spider webs all over them, and they just hang out in rocks and go. They seem all right.
Weird.
Yeah, they seem all right with me, though. I think these guys are okay. Like, I could probably, maybe they're just misunderstood, and they're netting you so that they you don't trip over the tough ravines that you have no business walking around. So they get him, and they're like, where's your friend, Outlander? Bring us the woman. Sir, it wasn't a woman. It was some dude. Really? A dude?
Two dudes, huh?
Two dudes walking around together.
Feel like this is about 4 centuries too soon.
Look, I'm not judging or anything. I just want your friend. Man or woman, if you're into... It's totally all right with me. Not for me, but with me. No, I mean, don't get...
Don't just...
Guards,
give us the weapon! Give us the weapon!
So Ilias, he comes back and he's like, hey, dude, I'm here to save you, bro. And I'm no longer afraid. I'm not a pussy anymore. Now I got magic arrows.
He reached level 13, which is laser. He unlocked laser flurry.
Yeah. It's more than that. He's got to be higher level because he can shoot like 6 arrows at a time of these
laser
arrows.
15 is when shit happens.
15, that seems like a
20 is the end
cool
of it,
level.
Unless you're playing advanced.
Okay.
Well, and here's the deal, is that his dad kind of hinted around about this in the beginning of the movie when he says, you will know that you have served your time or whatever when you are able to shoot multiple arrows from one.
Dude, it's going to be
some shit like that.
It's going to be
sick.
sick.
Laser arrows.
It's going to be sick, son. It's going to be so awesome. Like Sam's saying level 15 for that. Skyrim, that's like level 80. And you're doing it like in 2 weeks.
There's only 20
Pretty
levels
cool.
in D&D.
I'm just saying Skyrim is like, you got to be like level 60 to shoot multiple arrows at the same time. And they're not even lightning arrows.
They made more levers.
Regular arrows. Yeah, I'm just saying, Baldur's Gate 3, there's only one guy that can shoot multiple arrows, and he's got to be at like level 72. You're doing it in 2 weeks, son. Nice. I am proud of you. Not like all my other kids that I have if I'm Zeus. I don't know who I am. All right, so magic arrows flying all over the place. He's kicking ass. Mace is like, yeah, dude, I'm going to be saved. Too bad I'm tied to this pillory. Bummer. Oh, wait. Ilias, dude, Spider Dude kicks him off a fucking cliff into the ocean.
He doesn't even care. He's still just like, haha, lasered. And his friend is drowning, and he's just like, oh, Spider Frogman, lasered.
There's one over there. Oh, I got him in the back.
But that's douche. Okay, because dolphins.
Dolphins
Unbeknownst
were not
to him,
on my bingo
Mace
card
has
list.
reached level 17, and in between 15 and 20, they're not as awesome, but you get some really peculiar benefits. And he's at level 17, and he's got now animals oddly care about him powers.
Yeah. And they come swimming. And they're just fucking swimming around for a long fucking time. He drowns and is now dead because he was underwater for like 5 minutes. And they're like, don't worry, this is dolphin speak. Don't worry, we're dolphins. We know CPR. So they breathe into his mouth and they resuscitate him, but he's a fucking vegetable because his brain went with 5 minutes without oxygen, and he's just like, They're like, oh, we should stop screwing so much before saving people, said the dolphins to each other, and then they proceeded to screw each other.
Yeah,
Great.
The dolphins take their sweet ass time getting to this guy.
The dolphins freed me after they gave me several facials.
It's all in fun, said the dolphin. We love it, don't you? Okay. And then they jumped up and hit a beach ball into the air. It's amazing. So they cut his bonds, and while Ilias is like moping along the shore, like, oh, dude, dang it, I totally didn't save my bro, which was the whole reason I came back. I just shot fucking things. But then he finds Mace's body on the shore. His dead body. His very dead body. He was underwater for too long. But so they're back together. Oh, Mace, you're alive. Thank God. Weird thing. Dolphins came and saved me. Did they rape you? Of course.
Yes.
Was it worth it? Totally. Swim with the dolphins. Ha ha ha. You know what I'm getting after? It's like the deep on the boys with the octopus type thing. Okay. So they find Okron, the mountains of Okron, and they camp out for the night in a cave. God damn it, you stupid bastards. Stop it. So Ilias is pulled underground by I think a beast man who was living under the ground. I don't know.
The beast men just come get him, and then there's a really long black light sequence with
deeper into the cavern. God damn it. And now Mace is captured too. Like, I will rescue you. And then he gets captured.
Ilias gets captured, and then Mace scares off some bats with his nunchucks.
The bat cave.
And then one of the bats starts talking to him, and he's like, oh, that's right, animals are my friends.
Right. And the bat leads him out and helps him.
And then Ra's al Ghul comes out and is like, you must face the thing you fear the most. You must become one with it. And then Mace fucking totally suits up, and now he's Man-Bat.
Yeah. Instead, he just goes outside, and the next thing we see is Ilias' head is ripped the fuck off.
Wait, Ilias is fucking dead? Oh my God.
His head is missing. His head is found. The rest of his body is missing.
Right. The head is being taken to Orkara.
Zora's got the head.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, wasn't this guy the hero of this tale?
Isn't this
now
our dude?
He's fucking dead?
Conquest.
So, I've cut off the head of your enemy. I've done it, Okron. How about that Bluey?
Yep. She's like, hold on, I need to get a smooth brain smoothie real quick so I can absorb his powers. But then, in some level 16 undead stink eye, Ilias is like, and he looks at her, and she's like, oh my God, he's not all the way dead, sort of, in some unstrange way. He's looking at me. No, I don't want to drink it. And she doesn't.
You killed the body, but not his soul, fool. I'll never suck your penis. Zora's like, no. Handy? Too late for a handy. Damn it. Damn these old scale male bones. So Mace is like, oh, my buddy. Oh, he's totally dead. That sucks, man. Like, I rescued him, and then he rescued me, and then I rescued him, and then he rescued me, and then I rescued him, and then I went to rescue him, and he's dead. But then I got rescued by bats, and his head was gone. So I'm just, I'm going to burn his body on a funeral pyre. Mace, I'm not totally, I mean, I'm pretty dead.
My
head came off.
soul was still alive until you burned me.
Yeah, ow, hot.
But then Okron is fucked off from being afraid of his soul, so she never drinks his head. And then Mace is like, I'm so sad, I'm just going to rub you all over myself.
No, Ilias tells him to. He's like,
oh, no, he doesn't. He says,
yes, he does.
He says the power of Kronos' bow is passed to you, not rub my dead body all over yourself. Those are two entirely fucking different things.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh, no. Oh.
No, you can just shoot the bow without, okay, whatever.
Well, he says anoint yourself with my body. Well, anointing usually takes place
fine,
on
maybe
the
he
forehead.
does say rub myself all over my dead body all over you.
No, anointing usually takes place on the head, the forehead. Not, I'm going to roll around in your dead corpse, burnt up body, and
Mace?
cake myself in
Mace,
you.
This is getting weird, Mace. Mace, you want to... Mace, no, Mace, not there. Oh, come on! The butt!
Yep. Whole legs in my butt.
Zora comes in and says, wait, did somebody say the butt? Is this the cave? Is this the butt cave?
The butt cave.
Ah, damn it, it's the bat cave. Shit,
God
so close.
damn it again.
Okay. So now we're getting some locals. They're watching Okron. She's like, I am bringing up the sun with my sun powers. And Mace shows up and he's on a cliff and he's like, bullshit, lady. The sun comes up on its own. The earth's fucking round and we circle around the sun. Dum-dum. Fucking Galileo. Look it up.
Galileo!
Yeah.
Galileo Figaro!
Aristotle, those guys. Hubble, you ever heard of him? Dumb.
Yep. And then she's like, what are you going to do about it? And he's like, the Force. So he like forces the bow like across a whole valley onto his peak.
Slowly. It's not like Luke Skywalker when he's fighting a fucking Wampa. It doesn't just go into his hand immediately. It's like, he's like that fucking, God damn it, what are those things that make the road flat? Fucking steamroller in Austin Powers. Like, the steamroller is coming at him very slowly, and Mace is just like, ah! It's awesome. So Zora's like, oh shit, goodbye.
Yeah, Zora just like pieces the fuck out.
He just disappears.
Bye.
No handy is worth this. I'm out. Did you see him pull the bow out of the sky with his bare hands? All I can do is disappear. I suck. Ogren, fuck you. Should have sucked the dick when you called.
That's exactly how it went down.
It's like, this is what, I'm not making jokes. This is the fucking movie. Seriously. Okay, so then Mace starts magic arrowing guys. He's got the powers of the bow. He starts shooting laser arrows. Okron's like, oh shit. And she teleports to her cave. Before she teleports to her cave, she curses them. She says, you've all betrayed me. And I'm like, by dying? Yeah, right? We ran at
shot
him.
By laser arrow flurry.
We fucking ran at the guy. We tried. Our power is like hitting guys with our fists. He's got laser arrows, bitch. Jesus. So she teleports to her cave, and Mace, he's like, yo, nice try, lady. Shoots an arrow through the fucking mountain into her face.
Yep.
Pew! Ha-ha! You didn't know that my mask could take... Oh, shit. Everybody can see me. Oh, my God. Ah!
She's got, like, worse than... What's the Living Dead with the brains?
She's got Skeletor face.
I'm not gonna... No,
she's like a skeleton frog.
She's got the worst case of gross face that's ever been caught on film.
Yes. She's ugly.
Good from far. Far from good.
She's not even good from far. 400 yards, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Butterface?
No, if she was in the bar, you would be like, pass.
She doesn't have skin on her head, Jackie. The bar's empty because you've got a fucking monster running through it.
Hey, she had hair. She had hair. She just had a fucked up.
She looked like...
Yes, she did. She had blonde hair. She had blonde hair. It was cut in a shag cut down to her shoulder. And she just had gross skeleton face.
She looked like she got fully blasted in the face with all of the fucking cancer treatment all at once. Just like fucking beam of x-rays. And it just blew off her entire fucking head. And she's like, my face. Maybe that arrow, she actually was gorgeous underneath that mask. But maybe that arrow like blasted her face off with the helmet.
Just took her face.
And he's like, no, you're too gross to bang. So he arrows her in the chest and she dies. Oh, no, she doesn't.
She doesn't die.
She transforms into a fucking wolf, runs out of the cave, and finds Zora, the dog guy that he was before, and they run off and frolic through the hills together.
Dog love forever. They live happily ever after.
They do. Like, they do. That's all they wanted.
So, was this in the time before?
Said Zora the dog.
That's why they came to. It's like in the time before when dogs ran the earth, things were silly. Because this actually, when you think about it, you think about all the shit that's been happening. You're like, man, it's like dogs are running this planet, but they were.
They fucking were.
And why are the dogs running the planet? Because they have paws and long mouths, and they wanted to try out blowjobs and handies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened here, I guess.
That's what happens. Yeah, that's the plot of the fucking movie right there, Sam. Two dogs want to see what it's like, and so they learn magic and become people in weird armor so they can touch each other's genitals. That's it.
Yep.
And then Mace just wanders off. That's it. Mace is done. He just goes over there.
What would you do if you shot the Empress of Earth and she turned into a dog and her and her dog lover just sort of wandered off and had a happily ever after? What would you do at that point? You'd be like, oh, fuck, that was weird. I guess I'm going home.
Am I still... Is Ilias still a part of me? Like, are we... Like, to become one?
Gonna have a bath.
Am I married to a guy? Is that cool? Because I'm kind of cool with it, said Mace. And like, those spider people are like, not that there's anything wrong with it. Go ahead. Not for us, but maybe for you. First question. So Ilias's grandpa, dad / Zeus is a total asshole, right?
Yes, and I wrote down what is it? They mention him specifically as Kronos.
Kronos, which is Zeus's father.
Something, but he's a total douche.
Yeah, because,
or he's not. Ilias is just a fucking idiot.
No, here's the thing. The whole movie exists, because dogs want to bang. Dogs will hunt. But the whole point of the fucking movie was this bow. Okron cared nothing about Ilias or his adventures or like his revenge for cave babes. She just wanted the bow. The movie doesn't happen if Zeus is or Kronos isn't like, take this bow and don't be a pussy. What do I do with it? You'll learn. I won't tell you, but I know that some lady is with gross faces gonna try to kill you, and she's gonna kill like a bunch of people along the way, and there's dog people and beasts and cave babes, and she just wants the bow that I'm giving you that serves no point other than to kill her. So I am just Kronosing out right here to let everybody know. Just being a dick.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? He gives him a bow that puts his life in danger.
He could have gone somewhere else.
Ilias?
Yeah, and he gets told that he's going to get to come back even if he dies. So he went back to wherever.
Olympia?
Sure.
Olympus? Mount Olympia. He's in Washington. Catching some gnar, bro. No, Olympus.
Rainier.
Yeah. Olympia's in Washington too, isn't it? Mount Olympia?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Or is that Canada? I don't know. Jackie,
no,
question?
they're both in Washington.
Okay. Jackie.
Yes.
Question.
I was reading about Kronos and how he chopped off his dad's wiener.
Yeah, sure. Omicron.
No, he did.
Okay.
He did it. It's real.
He did it.
Yeah, he did
It's
it.
real.
That happened in real life.
That's what Lorena Baba yelled.
Kronos! Kronos!
For Kronos! Kronos remembers!
So, do you think that the dad of Ilias ever sends anybody to go look for his son, or?
No, because he gets to go back. It makes sense now that I've talked about it and I've seen it twice.
He doesn't get to go back. He's part of... He's to become one. He's not going... Unless Mace gets to go back, but Mace is just a man as far as I understand.
And then they go back and they're like,
one.
Really? Another dude? Whatever.
I mean, your dad does sometimes become cattle to have sex with ladies on Earth. Mom doesn't like it, but sometimes he's a spider to have sex with ladies on Earth. Sometimes he's just the lightning and has sex with ladies on Earth. Kronos and Zeus are kind of interchangeable in Greek mythology, just so you know, Jackie. Sometimes it's Kronos, sometimes it's Zeus. But they're all just douchebags, Jax. Just real fucking buttholes, the gods.
Yeah.
Hermes was okay. Right? Guys, Hermes, he's cool.
Yeah. Fucking Team Hermes, let's go.
Team Hermes, power up. Delivering that mail. Hey, got your Sears catalog, Zeus. Zeus is like, gimme. Bra section, yeah. What a weirdo my dad is, said Hermes. Okay, so, Sam, question.
Is Okron only interested in the bow because it's made of wood and she thinks she can chew on it?
Oh, it's a stick.
Yeah.
Who's a good girl? What stick? What stick?
Like, this weapon you speak of, is it made of wood? Yes. Is it long and slender? Yes. Could you throw it? Conceivably. Yes. Bring it to me now!
Bark. I mean, bring it to me now, not bark. Oop, ignore that. I'm not a dog, I'm a lady.
Yep. That makes more sense why she wants it. 'Cause she's a dog.
Is it... She's a cult leader. She's
a dog lady.
She's a dog lady. But on top of that, she's a cult leader. She's taken over the minds of mankind. She doesn't need a fucking bow for weapons. The people are her weapon. But she wants that because she's a dog. She doesn't need it for a weapon.
Yeah, she doesn't need it. She wants it because she wants to chew on it.
Yeah, she wants to chew on that stick. Bark. Fuck, man. Sam, you got anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Jackie, you good?
I'm good.
Yeah. man, I don't know where to go from here.
You should be able to ask more questions, but you're just sort of like, what the fuck? That's the question you want to ask is what the fuck? And there's not really an answer to that.
This. I still think we cracked this.
Oh, yeah.
We this should have been in Nonsensical November, Sam, but it's here. I think we cracked this. I think we got the plot. Kronos is a dick. Ilias and Mace are men who would
enjoy the company of other men.
Share a ride on a scooter if they wanted to on a Sunday.
Live like a cop, die like a man.
Right. The Italians. And some dogs just wanted to be together, and they did get to be together. So
yes,
it
forever.
wraps itself up pretty tight. It all makes sense in the end. And by makes sense, I mean just not at all. Unless you are three clowns on Stinker Madness. Final recommendations. Let's start with Jackie.
Oh, absolutely do.
Cool.
It's weird. It was weird and, very graphic. And, by the time you kind of get what the plot is actually about, because they don't explain shit in the beginning, you're like, okay, I'm kind of piecing this together now. This is kind of making sense, but it's just damn hilarious. The bats and the birds and the weird wolf people. And you're just kind of like, what the fuck is going to happen next? And so you just keep watching and you're interested. So do.
Okay. I am also going to give it a mega do. I fucking loved this. This is great shit. 100% beautiful. Perfectly belongs on this podcast. And if you like our other recommendations, you're going to like this. Conquest is something. Stop what you're doing and watch Conquest. I'll further one up you, Jackie, with your random shit on this. This is like a Bruno Mattei, Godfrey Ho movie, except for they're not pulling pieces of other movies, actual filmed movies and putting them in their movies. They're pulling pieces of random scripts, but they're not. They're just writing random shit. Like, then he goes into a cave and then there's bats, and then a bat leads him over here, and just random chunks of weird shit that happens throughout this entire movie, that if you take one of it out, the plot really doesn't fucking change. It's just like it's like one of those machines that you're not machines, one of those toys that kids play with when they're 3 years old, where they got to put the shape in the hole. That's what this is. It's just fucking random shapes in random holes, and it's all fucking nanners, and I loved it. It's a total do.
I am also giving it a do because I chose it. It's not just a do. It's one of those rare movies where I had already seen it before and I had to track it back down. And then when we went into the streaming only, it's like, well, this one's back on the radar. I can finally do it. Yes, this movie it's not just weird. If weird is a good thing, the word weird would be jealous of this movie. Because it's beyond fucking weird. It's one of the strangest films I've ever seen and I love it.
Yeah.
Absolute do.
They don't get much weirder than this one. Maybe the Holy Mountain. Maybe.
Holy Mountain doesn't hold up its steam all the way through.
No, but it's pretty weird.
It's pretty fucking weird.
This one's pretty fucking weird and glorious, but not like, it's not unaccessible weird. It's not like, okay, you're just being weird for the sake of being weird. You wrote a movie that you had a point to, that you were trying to do something with, and it just churned out fucking weird Italian.
Yeah. Guy. And why is this one, if for the casual listener or the longtime listener, it's like, okay, Sam finally picked a Lucio Fulci movie. Why this one and not one of the other ones we mentioned? Because I'm like, why isn't this one the one that people talk about when it's Lucio Fulci? Because after I saw this one, and I'd seen the other ones on VHS that I'd talked about, and granted, there's some bad copies and some issues there that I may have had not enjoyed it as much. But when I saw this one, I'm like, why the fuck isn't this the Lucio Fulci movie that people always talk about?
Yeah, I agree. All right, that's your show. Next week on the podcast, it's Jackie's pick. Hello, you've got a movie, right?
We do.
Oh.
It's called Tarot, and it's on Netflix.
Okay, Tarot on Netflix. Unless, Sam and I veto it for some reason because I don't know what it is. But
no, we can't. It's like under 2 hours. It's just a bullshit horror movie.
Yeah, bullshit horror movie. Your fate is
And I
in
think-
the cards, gentlemen.
There's personages of Stinker Madness interest involved, I believe.
Okay. All right. We'll try tarot next week. Guys, have a great week. Get to the chopper.